Welcome to the Great Awakening Ministry. I am Minister and Yogini Joanne Lee. And on this week's show, back again, we have Marzcia Techau. Marzcia is a Master of Science in Biology, a speaker, author, spiritual teacher, clairvoyant, counsellor, medium, healer, Reiki master, somatic experience practitioner, and epigenetic healer. For the past 23 years, Marzcia has worked with a blend of scientific and spiritual understandings of life. Her new book, Your Soul, Your Life, a guide to healing and self-healing, will help you transform and heal so that you may have better access to yourself, your resources, and your spiritual strengths and qualities. In this Great Awakening show, we discuss who are your ancestors, how they can help you and help humanity.
UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
Marzcia, welcome back again to the Great Awakening show.
Thank you very much. I have so much looking forward to it. It's so nice to see you again. It was such a joy last time, and I'm really just so happy to be here.
Lovely. Honestly, it was wonderful. And I'm looking forward to this one as well, because it's really a subject after my own heart, because it's so important. So to start off with, please tell us, who are our ancestors? How can they help us and help humanity? Who are they? Please describe them.
Please do. Yeah. So our ancestors is, of course, it's our lineage, your parents and your great parents and your great 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 parents and your great 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 great, all the line down the generations. So that's our ancestors. So they have a genetic line with you, and in that way you are connected with them, doing, of course, the genes, but also all the skills and the tradition that's in your family, and also all the, every time there's someone breaking out of the family, that's also a part of the pattern. So you have all the connection through your genes and also through the kind of culture your family have had. So it's inherent through you, and your ancestors is, for me, it's souls that live on the other side, but still some of them can be reborn, but the main soul or memory of that ancestor is still a part of the divine. So you can both be born again, but also still be great parents or grandparents. Yes. So somehow we are connected with the soul and the knowledge in the soul that's also connected in your family and lineage.
The lineage, yes.
Oh, lineage. Wow. So yeah, lineage.
Yes. And it's important. So they can be incarnate, or they can, be born here, but they can be in the spiritual world as well.
Yeah, they can be both places, or they can be also between lives. So when we talk about between lives, or when you're not incarnated, then your ancestors can still be up there as well, or not up there. It's more like in the spirit world. But we are, spirit. We are spirit that are incarnated, and your ancestors can still be spirit incarnated, and you still have the contact to them.
Wow.
So in that way, I see it like we have a contact to our lineage in the spirit world all the time, and they really want to help us, so we can use that contact to heal up on problems that have been in the family for hundreds of years, or in the humanity for hundreds of years. And when we do that work, we can use the help from them, and they can help us, but also we help them, because they don't have to reincarnate to solve the problems that they have left behind. Because when we start to solve them in our life, connected with the problems that they have made, they can help us to heal that, but we can help them to heal up as well. And that way, it will lift the humanity quite fast, I think.
Definitely. And basically, they are our spirit guides, aren't
Yes.
They're our spirit guides. Yeah.
So in other cultures, not other,
Yes.
but many cultures that still use the
Many
contact.
indigenous cultures, yeah.
Yeah, well, they still use the ancestors and the contact to the ancestors. Then they, name them ancestors, or they could also, when I was taught by my Hawaiian healer, Sean Kiahi, he talked about knowing your generations, knowing your family for many generations. He knew, I think his wife knew her generation 15 generations back. She could
Yes.
name them. She knew
Wow.
them. They were a part of the nature, the part of everything, the animals, everything. But in the Western countries, we have forgot that contact, our link to our ancestors, and now we call them guides. So
Yeah.
I think actually at many of our guides, we use the guide team,
Yes.
but many of our guides are actually also our ancestors.
Yes. The
We're
past
starting
on
to
loved
be
ones
more,
from the
yeah,
lineage.
exactly. So in
Amazing.
that way, I think we have the contact, or I know we have the contact, but we are not so aware that the contact to our guides also is the contact to our ancestors.
Yeah, amazing. And so please describe the ancestral, because this is like the ancestral karmic patterns, lessons, challenges, woundings, trauma. I mean, I know they pass on the good stuff as well, but
Yes, they do.
but the
Lucky you.
patterns and the lessons and the wounding and the trauma that may pass down through our lineage is so important. How can we stop this from being passed on to our children and our grandchildren? Because this is why we have to do the work. Yep.
Yeah.
And this is so important to not pass on this to our grandchildren. Therefore, you're helping humanity, to heal. We heal ourselves and it doesn't pass on. So, it's so important, because maybe our ancestors didn't have the tools and couldn't heal themselves. They didn't know. They didn't have all the information that we have now.
No, and they were definitely also in life situations that were
terrible.
very much harder and extreme than we are right now. Even though we have some extreme situations around the world, their life were really extreme as well. And there were other structures in their societies and cultures. Right now we have somehow everything is changing. And in that change, something new and better is emerging. But they definitely also fight very much by the dominance of different kind of hierarchic societies. So they had different life circumstances. And we are carrying those within our genes. So we have an old patterns in our thoughts, how we sense things, how we react to things that are actually connected to something older than ourselves.
The wounding and the trauma that they went through, the suffering.
Yeah, everything is continuing in a very bad way. So we have to stop that, as you say very clearly. And we can do that by connecting with the ancestors that have been experiencing those trauma, because they are ready now. It's so many years have passed since they experienced them. There's no reason at all that we should continue to outlive the trauma from the past. And our ancestors know that we have to stop it, because if we do not succeed, we will not survive as a lineage, or as a family, or as a humanity.
We can't evolve. Yes, we can't move
cannot
on.
evolve. We cannot even involve. We cannot. It will stop very soon. So they are really interested in lifting up us as the family, but also the humanity. And we need to have that contact, that healing contact. So we can really stop it by connecting with the ancestors, and they can help us to stop it by healing up their own wounds and ours.
So it's so important, because not only do we heal ourselves, right, in this life, and we can evolve and carry on and make live out our divine calling and mission that we were supposed to do, but maybe we've had all these different traumas and patterns that have stopped us. But we also don't pass any of that wounding on to our next generation, and we also heal the ancestors and the lineage going back.
So it's
the 0 point, Marzcia. We're the 0 point, aren't we?
I really think that's the most loving and healing and magic thing we can do right now, where we are right now in our life and where the world is right now. We have to heal the past, and we also in that process heal the future. By healing ourselves, we heal in both directions. Because when the genes in you change, because you're starting to express other genes or other patterns, other thoughts, other ways of connecting with your soul, and start to outlive your soul instead of all the patterns and the trauma, then the future generation will start to do that as well. So it's like a keystone we are changing right now, so that future generations have totally other possibilities to outlive their soul essence in the everyday life and lift the society they live in. Instead of what we actually do now is like fighting and having a lot of different things that we have to cope with all the time, that makes it difficult for us to be in contact to our soul and actually start to outlive our soul in the everyday life. So this shift is right now. We are a part of it. And we are not alone, because we have so much help from our ancestors, from spirit world. We just has to ask and do the walk. Take the steps one at a time. Do the healing.
Connect,
ask for
them.
help,
and to honor them, to acknowledge them. They can't help us unless we ask them and we acknowledge them for them to come into our life and help us. It's honoring the ancestors, like so many indigenous do around the world. That's how they ask them to come into the life. That's so important. It's the same with the angels, spirit guides. Angels can be our guides and our ancestors as well. So but asking them.
That's the part is, then many people feel alone and disconnected, but it's not that. It's not true. We are connected all the time. Our soul is connected with the divine, with the ancestors, with the angels, with the life force, 24/7, because we are alive.
And because we have that divine consciousness, which is goddess. It's part of, there's only one. We're all part of that one.
Yes, we are. And in that way, some of all this feeling of disconnection is actually some of the trauma passed on from the ancestors. So you can see we have to go through the feeling of being isolated and alone, and, ask for help. And sense that the help is coming. Part of the trauma is also you ask, but you don't sense the help. But the help's there, and soon when you start to heal up, you will feel the connection. You will feel the oneness, connected with yourself, spirit world, and the divine. And in that way, we start to make a very big change within ourselves. And again, when we do that, we make an even bigger change in the world. So
that's really important what you just said. We don't feel it because our mind and our lives are so full of stuff. We're so focused out there in the 3D and the world. We don't go within. We don't silence our mind. How can we hear spirit? How can we hear the whisperings of our soul and our ancestors if we don't calm and still our being and our mind and our, that's so important to hear this.
It's actually the most important thing to heal is to come into that inner core of peacefulness. Because when you have this inner core, you have the contact, not only to you, but also to the spirit world, to the divine, but also to the lived life and also other people in life. So in that way, your inner calmness, where I find it's like being in contact with your soul, that point of calmness is also your soul. Your soul have that defined feeling of peacefulness all the time. And when you're there, you have the connection When you're not there, you disconnect. But it's not because that your ancestors is not there, the angel is not there, or the divine is not there, or God is not
we're
there.
not on their frequency. We're
Yeah.
not on their frequency, the frequency of love.
Yeah.
We're not on that frequency. We're in our negativity. We're in the past or the future.
We are disconnecting from them. They are not disconnecting from us. They're trying to help us to reconnect. And we are trying very hard to connect. But if we have the traumas passed on, we have traumas from our life now. We could have trauma for past life, but we definitely also have this disconnection trauma from our ancestors, because many things, when you look at it as a problem of being disconnected, many family has members that are disconnected, or you disconnect from each other. And that disconnection, where you should be one, or you should be a really good connection with your family, that opens up for the connection of feeling connected with spirit as well, and the divine. So family trauma that's inherited can also be a cause of this disconnection and the feeling of being not worthy, or haven't been met, or haven't been seen, or couldn't express yourself. All of that could be, delivered from our ancestors, from our generational, trauma inherit.
Definitely.
So we have to do something about that, because the most important thing is to be connected to yourself, your life, and the surroundings.
Yes. And tell us about, this is what epigenetic healing is, isn't it? What inspired you about the collaboration between the ancestors' epigenetic healing and us today? This is what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I have different, when I started to work with healing, channeling healing, I found out that there was a lot of helpers that entered the healing and helped my client. Some of the helpers were actually like a spirit that was related to my loved ones, that were related to my client. So I started to look at, some of those that helps are actually loved ones that really know my client better than I know my client. So of course, as a healer, you always just facilitate the healing space and let the spirit work with your client, because the team that love the clients know the clients better than you. And some of that team is actually ancestors or close family members. So when I started to heal, I found out, okay, family members come and help with trauma, help with what they have been affecting their clients with when they lived, and so on. So they could help take responsibility for the troubles that they have made with their client, and try to meet them with the love they couldn't when they were alive, because life somehow closed down for your emotions and your soul, and when you die, the soul is free, and then you can manage to come to your loved ones with that pure love that are healing and stimulate growth and self-esteem and everything like that. So I noticed that happens when I was healing. Also, when I'm a medium, so I use my mediumship, and in that, loved one comes and give really good advice and love for my clients is there as well. So I found out, okay, I have to contact when they really want to help. They really notice my clients. They really wants to help them, lift them, give advice to them, tell them that they are not alone. So that way, I also have it in my mediumship. And then I also found out that when you work with family constellation therapy, you have it's another kind of therapy where it's not actually spiritual in that way, and it's not connected with healing, but you have one that needs help and has some questions, and then you have other people helping to play or assist in a relation. So that would be one that plays your mother and one that plays your father and so on. And some of those therapies, when I talk to some of them that had been like playing some of the ancestors or relatives, they started to talk to me that they actually felt the presence of that dead one, that mother or that aunt, and the one that's playing or the that should assist in this if that person has spiritual abilities that could be used as mediums, then that ones actually comes and try to help very much like I do. So in that way, I found out there could be different angles how the ancestors could come and help.
Wow.
And then, of course, my healing from Sean in Hawaii, where the ancestors just such a normal way. It's like
in Hawaii, the Hawaiian ones.
The Hawaiian way, just have it all the time around them. It's like it's like breathing. It's such a natural part. It's like the kids know it from the start of their lives.
Yes, it's amazing.
Like they talk about the ancestors. They know
they keep it alive. They keep them alive in a way.
Honor them very much. It's like really deep honoring them, just like being in that honor all the time. Regard to their ancestors. And in that way, I combined all of the things and developed this method of working with epigenetic healing. So use the healing power, use it like they're not dead, they are alive. Of course they're dead, but they are not dead in that way. They are alive and wants us to help.
Spiritually alive.
Yes. So that contact strengthened very much during time. And now I just developed this healing method where you can do it self-healing, or you can come to a healer that work with contact to the ancestors and help them to heal up what you have epigenetic transferred stuff in your system. But as you also said, it's not only the trauma, it's also the good things. There's a lot of strength in your lineage.
Yes. And you was talking about the Hawaiian healer and the culture with, I can't say this. How do you say it? Hupanon. I can't say.
Okay, it's a very old healing way. It's a practice. It's Ho'oponopono. And it works in the way, if you have some conflict with someone, it could be family, it could be other families. You sit down and you take responsibility for what's your part. And in that way, you really deep have this humble, I'm sorry. It's like you have
Please
inside.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I love you.
That's a part of that. When I was taught by Sean, it was also he connected with God and with the ancestors, and he asked for help to do this, as he wishes the best for the other part. Please, I wish the best for you. I'm sorry for whatever I have been done or my family have been doing wrongs, and in that really a deep healing power to make it good again. Really from a really true healing divine place within himself or in within yourself, and very much connected with taking responsibility on every level of you, really mental level, energy level, emotional level, soul level. Take the responsibility, take what you have been doing wrong, take it home and heal it and wish the best for the others.
That's
and
so
in that
important.
way release the tension.
And you cut in that way, you cut the cords, like you're cutting the cords from that trauma and what you did. And it's really important because I do lots of interviews with a really great friend, Douglas Hodgson, who's a professor. He's done 500. He's done 500, testimonies of people that have died and come back. And the most important thing you say is you see your life, but the most important thing is every bad thing or every word, every feeling, every thought that you had about another person, it just doesn't affect them. But then they go out and they do that to another person, and then they do that to another person. So it's a ripple effect. It's why it's so important for us to be so conscious about our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, and make them sacred thoughts, feelings, words, and actions, that don't cause any more karma or any harm to another being, because that's a big responsibility.
It is really. And if you lift it up to the ancestors, notice it's the same. It's exactly the same. They are now in a place where they can see all of that.
Yes.
And they are also in a place where they are connected with their soul. So they also have the soul power within them to make the change. And when we connect with them, they can help us to stop this riddle that continues.
Yes.
And we can start to make much better, waves of love and light and insight in the world. So it's actually the same, because the near-death experiences shows that there are life on the other side.
That's right.
And that we have access to the power that we really clearly have. Because when we look at our life and we are loosened from our trauma, we also have the possibility to act different. And that's why the ancestors can help us, because they're not caught in the problems now, but they will be when are going to be reborn.
Yes.
So when
it's
we do it
important
now,
for them.
yeah. So when we do this now, we also help them and they help us. They are the only one that can take the proper responsibility for the actions that they have made. But we are affected by their mistakes or their trauma. But when they take responsibility, because we do, it's double up. It's like plus plus plus. It's going to be a healing effect much larger than we will ever know. And we have to do it. It's not a hard burden. The burden is to be continuing carrying heavy stuff.
Yes.
So the burden is not the release. The burden is to continue.
That's right. Yes. Because, I remember when I was 14, I remember I had a life alignment with this therapist, and she was wonderful. And I went back, to when I was like 14, and all what my mother said, we can't afford that. You can't have that. No, you can't, money, we don't have enough money for that. And that was something that she said the whole time, but her mother said that to her. And throughout all of our lineage, no one has ever had any prosperity going back so many, many years. We're all working class. And I know it's been my work in this life to stop that, lack mindset.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely.
Again, this lack mindset is also a part, again, of being disconnected, or the trust or the feeling of being secure. So again,
security.
when so again, there's another level of security. So when you have healed that, which you definitely have now, there is another part of you that just feels secure. And with that security, much other unfolds.
That's right. And you can allow that space to come in then, because you're not living in that fear, of that, because it's just beautiful. You allow, you can move forward in your life, because it really blocks us, these wounds and these ancestral patterns. The mother wound, that's another big one, from what our mother could not deal with her wounds. Her wounds from her mother was so traumatic. So, again, she didn't have the power or the insight or the knowing or the wisdom to heal herself. That's why.
And that's exactly the same. That's epigenetic as well. So we're working with the mother, the healing the wound from mother, because again, many of those wounds are just repeat of wounds in the lineage. So in that way, when we do that, we will stop. It will stop, or it will be better and better and better. Of course, we cannot heal everything at once. Things take time, but it's still shorter time that everybody has to reincarnate, live a whole life, go up again and go. We are saving time by doing this work. And we need to save time right now. We don't have time to have, I don't know how many generations that have to heal trauma before they, we have to do it now.
It's so important to do this inner work. It's the most important thing that we can do. For our next generation and for humanity at this time. This is the Great Awakening time. We have the responsibility. Everything is self-created. We self-created it. Our ancestors created their trauma, their things that they went through. But then we can choose. We have the free will, the choice to begin again, to, thank the ancestors, honor them, ask them for the help, say that we're sorry for not recognizing them as well. And, and to move forward. It's so important. It's so important, this work.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's when I of course I have clients that I have used this epigenetic healing on or have used, and I can see how much it affects their everyday life and their relations to family, children, and the children's relations to their children. So it's really like a very positive movement when we start to do that. But also now when I mostly teach other healers to heal this epigenetic healing, I can see in my students how much it affects them and their family.
Yeah.
And when they go out and heal, they heal other clients. And it's like just have to, the wave is there now. It's happening. We just have to reinforce it, help it, support it. It's a bigger movement that's happening right now.
That's right. And it's all energy, thoughts, feelings, memories, woundings, trauma, all the karma that's stored in the pain body. It's in the DNA, so, and it will always be there. And if we don't heal it, then it comes out like in bursts, or it comes out as a crazy drama in our life, but we have to keep going over. We can never, it comes back again, the same lesson keeps coming back again because we haven't healed it in an energetic level.
Yeah, that's right. And also sometimes actually I see when we come back to the same trauma, it's not like we come back to the same spot. It's like every time we develop, we have to go back to where we have some lessons. So you move this, your energy field moves like that. And next time you have to do some development, you do that. But it's the same trauma. So you will not go back and repeat everything again. It's just like a spiral that goes like this. You will grow all the time. But your point of lesson is the same. So you just have there's this part, you will have the same theme that you have to go back to involve, because when you heal it contains a lot of access to your soul and yourself. So every time you heal a trauma is like when your body closes, your mind or body closes and try to survive. And it pushes out some of your soul, or it contains some souls that you cannot connect with. When you heal up, you can connect with that part of your soul, or you can reconnect with the soul and integrate it I call it soul retrieval. So in that way, when you work with trauma, you come in contact with some qualities within your soul that you couldn't have before because you weren't ready. So in that way, every time we go into a process of something, we actually also build up more of our soul contact. Because in that way, it's not like, oh, I'm back to zero. No. You're not back to zero. You are ready to the next point of development because you're ready. And when you do it, you will evolve. So in that way, I see it as a normal way of a human being to evolve. Yeah. But it's so important that we don't have to do it so much. We could actually make bigger involvement and faster.
Lovely. I love that.
And be more aware of the process. So we are not when we are working with fear and anger, we know, okay, it's a part of the process. So we do not project it out in other people. Because when we are afraid or when we are angry and we push it out in the world, we will get more of it.
That's right.
And then we'll be, locked again. So we really have to take responsibility for whatever feelings we have and transform them. And they are there because it's time to transform. It's not because they're wrong. They just shout up and say, and we have to do something. And some of those screams are connected with ancestors.
Yes, of course. And your book, Your Soul, Your Life, absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. And you go right in on all of this and how to heal and everything. And it's absolutely, just tell us where we can find your book.
Yeah, it's and thank you very much. I'm very happy that that you find it inspiring, because I'm happy for that. But you can find that book in every bookstore, Amazon, and it could also be a physical bookstore. You can ask them to buy it home for you, or so it's every online bookstore. It should also be in physical bookstores. It's all over the world, so
Wonderful.
it's there.
Wonderful.
Just waiting.
Just waiting to be read. And
Yeah.
Marzcia, we're going to say goodbye, but we're going to come back again now for the second part of our beautiful interview. We're going to do an ancestral healing, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So, Marzcia, thank you for being back on the Great Awakening show. And today you are going to do a beautiful ancestor healing. Please explain a little bit about this.
Yeah, thank you very much. This healing that we will be doing is a guided healing meditation. So it's very good if you listen to it, that you have some, a quietness, or you could sit down or lie down for around the 10 minutes that it will last. So you can allow yourself to experience the feelings, the emotions that will come up, maybe what happens to your body, what comes into mind, or pictures of old times, or what can happen. It could be memories, it could be the feeling of the presence of the loved ones. It could also be the presence of spirits from your ancestors that you don't know, because they will help you even though it's many generations since they have passed away. So it could be that you just sense a calmness. It could also be that you sense presence of a spirit, or see colors, or it could be everything. Energy through your body, warmth, cold, experiences within your body. Everything could happen. So what I'm going to guide is the contact to the ancestors that are ready to help you today. And it would be the good quality. So ask for help for your ancestors to support you in the good qualities that you have within your lineage and within your soul. Because I'm very much convinced that our soul is born into a body that has the potential to release the potential and outlive the potential of your soul. And your ancestors want to support you with the combination that you have body, soul in this life today, because you are the crown jewel of the lineage of today. So you are carrying the future within you, and you are standing on the shoulders of the one behind you. Yeah. And they want to lift you up. And this healing will be a healing meditation that wants to support this lifting you up and help you to follow your call, your inner soul light, or desire. So it would be a positive healing meditation, but give yourself just these 10 minutes of calmness or relaxation to take in the healing. And you can listen to it whenever you want to. So you can always go back to this show with Joanne and listen to it again.
Beautiful.
So it will be, I will start to guide you relaxed. Then I will connect you to what I call the pillar of light, which is actually the dimension where people experience near-death experiences, because you are a soul, and when you have this near-death experience, it's like your soul is, your consciousness is within the soul instead of within the body. But actually you can have this experience when you are a soul within your body without leaving the body. So I will connect you with the divine healing energy in this near-death tunnel. It's not a tunnel, it's a dimension. And we are actually connected with it all the time when we sleep, when we meditate. It's not like it's only there when we are dying. So it's there all the time. We are only conscious about it when we die. But you can also train this consciousness and this contact with this dimension. And that's what I'm actually doing right now. I'm training you to be in contact with this dimension and your ancestors, because they're there and they want to help you. So I'm guiding that contact and guiding you in contact with the loved ones that has the potential to help you with the good qualities that you have within yourself and within your lineage. So in that way, I will guide that. And then I will start just guiding the healing, holding the space of the healing that you will have in this healing meditation. And let the spirit world and your soul and you go into a healing process of growth. And then around 9 minutes or so, I will start to guide a grounding and integration of all the good qualities and emotional, physical, and mentally good experiences and qualities that you have gained in this healing meditation, and ask for help to make it integrate in your everyday life to help you to be the one you are even more. And then it will be, the end of the healing meditation.
Lovely. It's
so that's it.
Yeah.
So it will be that guiding. You could be sitting down, you could be lying down. It's very good that you don't have a lot of noise around you. So just a minute, I have to shut down my refrigerator. Because we're still in my kitchen. So I will just guide this relaxation. So allow yourself to enter a more quiet place within yourself. Allow your body to relax. And slowly allow yourself to enter this more quiet place within yourself. With every breath you take, you come into a deeper level of contact with your soul, your inner core, the divine part of you that's always a part of you. And sense how the body relaxes when you're in contact with your soul. Relax behind your eyes. Allow yourself to relax the jaw, the neck. The nervous system starts to relax and shift from alarm to more relaxed, calm, feeling of being safe. Just for these minutes, this healing meditation lasts. Sense how your shoulder relaxes, your arm relaxes, elbows, hands. And feel how your heart starts to relax as well. It's like the heart already sensed the healing that's coming and greets it, welcomes the healing. Allow yourself to relax even more. And right now, allow yourself to think about the good qualities that you would like to have strengthened within you. Qualities that might be in your soul or might be inherited from your lineage. And sense how your kidneys relaxes, the lower back relaxes, the hip relaxes. A deeper level of relaxation occurs. Relaxation through your legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, and feet. Left foot and right foot. Just sense this presence of soul within you, light within you. This deeper level of contact to yourself. And right now, sense how there is this ray of light from the most divine, loving place in the universe that comes all the way down to you. It's like a presence of a healing, caring atmosphere that surrounds you. It starts to have this healing light throughout your whole body that helps you to go even deeper into relaxation. It's like it slowly but surely releases you from negative energy in the surroundings, in your present or in your past, from situations or other people's negative emotions. Just sense how this healing releases you from that and makes you feel more free, more light, much more present within yourself and your soul. And also sense how your light is somehow in deep contact with this divine light. Maybe you don't see the light, but you just sense with your emotions, with your sensory systems, this loving, peaceful atmosphere where you're welcome, you're seen, met, and deeply loved. Just be in that. Sense how you are relaxing even more, healing and growing. And now, allow yourself to feel the presence of the ancestors from your mother's side and your father's side. Maybe they have a clear light, or maybe it's like there is a healing road throughout your mother's line and your father's line. And the one that's ready to help you, heal you, step into this healing road or stream of healing energy that comes to you. You don't have to know your ancestors. They know you. They love you. And right now they are healing you to come in an even deeper contact with your qualities, your resources, your capacity, your power. Strengthen you. Releasing you from what inhibits your power, what's not yours, but actually some of your ancestors inhibit thoughts, emotions, or physical tension. So sense how you are released even more, relaxed even more, and start to sense how the healing energy just surrounds you and fills you up with even more light, love, confidence. Sense the love from your ancestors to you. Also where maybe not see your own light, they see it and helps you to see it. Just receive the help, the healing. There are some of your ancestors that have been working with the same qualities that you use in your life today. Allow yourself to take in the wisdom and the skills that are inherent from your ancestors that support your soul and your talents today, your skills today. And sense how they come with a lot of power that help you to fulfill your life in accordance with your soul today. Sense how they trust you and know that you are the future, and you bring on what's the right thing, the right actions, thoughts, possibilities. You come with that. Sense the presence of your mother's lineage and the presence of your father's. Just sense the surroundings, the love, the support. Sense that you are never alone, and the most best sense of connection with love. Sense the deep wish from your ancestors that you succeed. And also sense that they know that you will succeed. You have all within you. You're getting stronger day for day. Now there comes even more healing towards you. Allow yourself to feel how it is to really unleash your potential and set it free in the world today. Set yourself free, supported by your lineage. All the wisdom, the life force, the strength, the power within your ancestors is also within you. All the thousands of years is within you as well. As well that it will be for the next thousands of years. Just relax and fulfill your place. And you do it so marvelous and beautiful and powerful. Just sense how it is to really have that contact in your everyday life to yourself, to your ancestors, to the world, to the divine. And now there may come an advice or a message to you. Just receive and give your thanks for the healing, for the help and support. Thank yourself for allowing this healing space of love to occur. And now, surely, steady, start to sense how you're getting even stronger connected to your everyday life right now. Sense how your soul is radiating, illuminating out from you, down, and giving life to Mother Earth, giving life to the life around you. And your life force within you is getting stronger. Feel the love, what you're grateful of. Slowly start to wake up again. Start to sense your body. Think. Give your thanks to your ancestors and the healing. And start to regain even more contact to your physical body. Sense how the body is really feeling relaxed and full of life. Supported by the soul, the life energy within your soul gives life energy to the cells, the organs. your emotions, your mind, from your soul. Everything can be in contact with life and relax in that contact. Right now, you are alive, living, and full of light and life. Start to move your body and sense how you are being even more aware of your surroundings, now the physical surroundings and your physical life. Start to open your eyes just for a short minute. Allow yourself to really integrate what you have received. Welcome back.
That was truly beautiful. And the light was so beautiful, so strong, the divine love light energy.
Yeah.
Feel the love, their love.
It's really, yeah, I really love those. When I meditate, I always meditate in contact with the pillar of light, with this dimension, because it creates the space where I can relax and where I can, receive, and where I also just can be.
Mm-hmm.
And in that way, the peacefulness around me will also help the peacefulness within me.
Mm-hmm.
The love around me will help the love within me.
Mm-hmm.
And the divine around me will help the divine within me. And that way, it's easier for me to meditate with the healing energy, because the healing energy helps me to create the space where I can be both soul and physical living being as well, at the same time.
It's beautiful, because when you're in that beautiful, peaceful space, you're allowing the ancestors' divine love, intelligence, all of the ideas and all of the information to come in as divine love light energy, for you to then move forward in your everyday life to make your soul purpose, your divine calling, your destiny in this life, the work that your soul has been sent here to do, to make it be so.
Yeah, that's really right. And here the focus was very much on the positive qualities, because it's more safe in a short healing meditation as it is. But if you want to go even deeper into work with the trauma, there is of course the healing meditation on my website that helps you with that. But it could also be a healer that works with creating the space where ancestors can come, and here it is. Then there's even more about healing the traumas in the ancestors as well. Here was it really much the one that was already very much in light and had the capacity to help you with your light. There was also a little healing about loosening up for the trauma that inhibits your light. So it was also a lift of your lineage in this as well, and in that also you and your children and the future generations. So this healing will also help in that. So instead of being in the locked position, you unleash the power within your soul, and that's actually also what will happen to your genes. So your surrounding will sense that you have changed from locked to unlocked, and that will continue in your future generations as well. So this little healing meditation have already made a change epigenetic in the generations, both in the behind you now and in the future. So just small work with this will actually make the change. Of course, it will be even a bigger change if we go deep into trauma stuff, but it's not the time or place for that in a show like this.
Yes. And if you can every day when you go into your meditation, feel that beautiful, peaceful, divine, love light energy of the ancestors, of source, of God, whatever, of the angels, then you are empowering, you're making it stronger. And I believe that that becomes like a divine love light energy armor of light around you that repels any negative energy from the outside, you know, and you and it's just so beautiful, and it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. You know, it's the God goddess love, it's the ancestor love who are here, you know, and it, that connection becomes more and more and more, you know. And then I think that in when you're walking out there, if anything, you know, happens, you just close your eyes and you are instantly there.
Yeah, you are, and that's
asking
actually
for that healing and that protection, that divine protection.
Yeah, it's both a protection, but it's also another way to face problems. So in that way, when you are there, the way you face the problems or the challenging is a way that invites what could be darkness or troubles to look another way.
Yes.
To do something else. So it's also a protection, but it's also an invitation.
Yes.
And that's really important. It's like we are protected to be safe,
yes,
but we also invite others to start to wake up or change their way of life. If it's not good for them or for the world. And it's not like it's open for everyone. It's not just few who do it the right way. Like that. It's like a deeper level of acceptance that we are all on a path and we have our challenges, and how we face them is a part of our way of developing. So in that way, when we, instead of being affected, start to be peaceful and be more loving in both towards yourself and surroundings, that will make a change. It will definitely make a change.
That's right. And it's accepting what is, what is, but not looking and blessing the contrast, blessing the problem, looking at it as a positive, because everything that comes our way, negative or good or bad, you know, will always guide us onto our perfect life path. You know, maybe we was living on the wrong path and something happened to guide us. We got an illness or something, and then it made us go onto the correct path. So it's all the transmutation. And then the more light we hold, the more love and energy we hold, of course, it's going to radiate out. We are radiators of love, divine love, light energy. So that goes on. We're like an example for others. And then that person's light changes and switches on by just feeling that. And then it just goes on and on and on. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's really really beautiful. And what I really think is interesting, when you're in stress or in an alarm or you are tense, when you're tense, you are locking down for your heart and you cannot connect. But if you are relaxed right now, when the relaxation happens, there is this expanding of light and love. And if we look at our universe, but people that investigate the universe, research and that, see it as a movement that do like this, like a expansion of the universe. And I really think it's interesting that when we work with love and light, it's also expanding. And that's maybe why the universe is expanding, because there is more light and love in the universe. So even though it's like dark hours right now, or there's a lot of things, the underlying energy is a movement to expansion, not to closure, you know, not to close down. It's actually to open up. And that keeps my faith in the future, actually.
Exactly. And the light has to come in to purge the darkness. We can't build the new earth, as I say in every show. We can't build the new earth over the darkness, because there is darkness in our world. We have to expose it and release it and bring it up. That's what the light does. Brings it up, to disinfect it, brings it up, to
Yes.
to release the darkness, so we can look at it, and therefore we embrace it. Because we are light, we are dark, we are both. We're not just all light and sunshine. We are both, and we have to integrate those and become whole.
Yeah, and when we do that, we have the possibility to act differently. When we cannot, if we close down a part of us, we have problems.
Yes.
Because the things we can't see is also the things that will come.
That's right. That will come up. It's the shadow.
The
shadow, isn't it? The shadow will always raise its head if you don't look at the shadow. If you pretend you don't want to see the dark parts of yourself, you don't want to acknowledge it, it's going to come up as some drama or crazy situation later on, because you're not dealing with it, dealing with the trauma, dealing with the issue. So we are light and we are dark. We have to embrace our darkness, our dark goddess. I like to say, as well as for a feminine, for a woman, as well as our white goddess, and integrate them, wholeness.
Yeah. The thing is actually this wholeness, or being home or centered within yourself and in the universe at the same time. It's like when you have that, you have a connection that will not throw you around with your emotions. And now we talk about dark side and light side, but it's also many of the things we call dark side is just survival mechanisms. It's not
right.
Oh, it's really not dark, but it's not developed. It's just like, a reptilian that tries to survive. And we have survived by that. And our animals survive by having those survival mechanisms. That's really good, but it doesn't help if we continue to live after the survival mechanisms that had our ancestors to survive, because we don't have the same society and we have to evolve as humanity. Yes. So some of these things we call dark side is actually just survival mechanisms that close down for the contact to our soul and our heart.
That's right.
And if we heal up on them, it's just trauma and survival.
That's right.
Then it's not. It's just you take one trauma at a time, and it will be better.
But if you didn't have that, we wouldn't know about the goodness. We live in a world of duality: light, dark, good, evil, masculine, feminine, up, down, left, right. This is the world of duality. We have to have the opposite polarity to know about the good polarity. We have to go into that part. And that's where, instead of dying to become whole, to get to that oneness, because we come from the oneness, don't we? We come from the singularity, the oneness of God, Goddess, heavenly realms, into this duality, separation. We're always looking for that, to join that wholeness again. But we can do it in the body now.
We do. We have to, like this healing meditation is we actually have it all here. We are not divided. We are whole, and we could be in contact. It's just the training of having that contact within you all the time, and it's just a training. It's like normally it's like I call this contact. It's like a wire. I think it's a wire. It's like a wire where you put it in the contact. So it's like a wire, you put it in the contact and you hold the contact, and then you have energy enough, you can have the electricity, but it's like you just have to have that contact. Then you are grounded within your energy. You not have to be grounded like we mostly think grounding. No, we have to have this feeling of being anchored within the divine energy in the life we are in right now, with the divine energy in Mother Earth. Then we are grounded. We have this anchor. So the anchor is an emotional, mental, physical, and divine anchor. And when they are aligned, you are aligned within yourself, within the divine, and within the living life. And that contact, that alignment, that is actually what will help both you and the world, because
raise the vibration.
We will raise the vibration, but not only that, we will give this life force that our soul and the divine have. We will be able to transfer that out in the world, to Mother Earth, to the living, to the trees, to situations that needs life energy, and that will be a healing process and a growth process. And that's actually what happens when the soul enters the physical realm.
Yes.
And we allow ourselves to be the soul within this physical realm.
That's
because
right.
then maybe there are no really difference.
Yeah, because that's so true. We're just all transmuters. You know, we're
Yes.
transmuting the negative into the positive. We're transmuting the dark into the light. We're all transmuters and just giving that out. That is so absolutely amazing. Wow. Honestly, I just want to say, Marzcia, that was absolutely beautiful. And I thank you so much for giving all of that positive, beautiful, divine love light energy, you know, letting us connect to that is so important. And if we do it a little bit every day, wow, we can really change ourselves and change the world. So I just want to say thank you so much for that. And thank you for being on the Great Awakening Show.
Thank you very much. Very much. Thank you very much for having me again. It's such a pleasure, really a pleasure. And I really love the work you do. It's so important. Thank you for doing
it. And thank you for helping so many souls connect with their truth, you know, their ancestors, the divine, because this is the Great Awakening.